right. But it was the only place I still felt like myself. Ever since Bruce died, the rest of the world made me feel like a jack-o'-lantern, hollow and out of season with an unconvincing smile. But in his room, I could turn the music up loud enough to drown my new world out. I could live in those old songs for a while, like we used to. So I walked across the room to his record collection, which consisted of 77 LPs and over 345 RPM singles. Bruce stored the LPs in milk crates and organized the singles on his shelf by genre: pop, soul, rock and roll, folk, girl groups, Brit rock, labeling each with a thin strip of duct tape. I took a single from a small stack that I'd tucked in the corner of the shelf. It was the only unlabeled group of vinyl. The others sat exactly as they had when Bruce shipped out. Same with all his things. Wrestling trophies still sparkled on the dresser, and pictures of girlfriends still hung beside his bed. Bruce's bitchin' 409 Bel Air still sat imprisoned in the garage, guilty of a crime that it didn't commit. That was my parents' thing, keeping what little remained of Bruce exactly as it was. They worked as meticulously as museum curators, tending to everything but his stereo. A Marantz SLT 12U turntable, which was fancy looking and had a tone arm that protracted straight from the cradle. This unusual design flagged it as an object of concern, dormant but dangerous, like a neighborhood stray or an old stick of dynamite. So my parents never touched it. They left that job to me. I flipped on the stereo. The speakers popped into consciousness. I placed the adapter onto the center of the turntable so it would fit the bigger hole of the 7-inch vinyl. I turned the speed to 45 RPM and then took the single out of the sleeve. Columbia 45 RPM. We gotta get out of this place. Man, Weil. The Animals, a Mickey Most production. I sat it on the turntable. Then I reached back into the dust sleeve and pulled out an envelope. Inside the envelope was a piece of paper folded twice down, 3 times over. I opened it up, smoothing it on my thigh. I held it before me like I was about to give some kind of proclamation. Then, with the other hand, I put the needle on the record. The vinyl crackled, and the song began. Eric Burden crooned above the walking bass line as I read the words my brother wrote me all those months ago. Listen to "We Gotta Get Out of This Place" by The Animals. How's the weather, Raspy Ronnie? Hope your summer's been righteous. Believe it or not, little brother, boot camp isn't as tough as I figured it'd be. Hell, Paris Island is a laugh compared to Dad's wrestling practice workouts. I think some of the boys in here with me came out of the womb with itchy trigger fingers. But I guess I should feel lucky to be surrounded by psycho killers like this, am I right? I know it's only been 2 weeks, but... Ronnie! Dad called from downstairs. I sat the note on the speaker and dropped the volume to a whisper. I opened the door. Yeah? I yelled back. Your mother says come set the table. Okay. I flipped the turntable off and slid the needle arm back into the cradle. The Animals made a silent, cool-down spin, then stopped. I picked up the record, then slid it gently into the dust sleeve. I didn't bother finishing the letter. I already knew what it said. I knew what all of his letters said. So I folded it into the envelope, slid it into the dust jacket, and put it back in the unlabeled stack at the end of the shelf. Then I switched off the lamp and walked out, shutting the door behind me. It was New Year's Eve, and my brother was dead, and I went down to set the table. Pork loin, red potatoes, green beans, biscuits. It's what Mama made for dinner every New Year's Eve. We passed the steaming plates around after Dad said grace. He was sitting at the head of the table, drinking a bottle of Jack's. Mama and I sat facing each other. The end of the table was empty, as was the high chair. Roy, my 2-year-old baby brother, was in his playpen, chewing on some toy or other. Wolfman, our cockapoo, was asleep in the backyard. The absence of dog and toddler allowed me a thankful moment of silence. I enjoyed the sounds of dishes clanking.